Steel City, live here on Mike Drop Sports. I'm your host, Jason. As always, we truly appreciate you for stopping through. What's up, Mike Miller, Nick Steelers, TD, Big Sean in the house. What is up? Let me make sure and go through the chat. Sleeping lady in the house. What is up? Happy New Year's Eve to everybody out there in Steelers Nation. Let's dive in. The Steelers get some massive injury news, updates along that injury front. You have a couple players practice that have been out for a considerable amount of time that could possibly maybe, help out here and there. It never hurts to be fully healthy when you go into this season, or the playoffs rather, and it never ever hurts to be that healthy team. And we reminded you of that all summer long. When does it matter to be healthy? End of the season, man. And the Pittsburgh Steelers are getting relatively healthy. And I got to tell you guys, things are starting to play out. What's up, Inger? Happy New Year, my friend. But guys, don't forget to hit that like button, double tap that screen, hit that like button for us. It's easy, it's free. Make sure you're doing it during the stream, not after. We truly appreciate that. Hitting that like button sends us out into that YouTube algorithm and allows us to spread our message out there to a ton of sports fans, man. That's what our goal is, and we're going to continue to add things, do things differently here. I feel like in the future, I'm going to add some sports, man. I've been really thinking about it, doing some maybe hockey, doing some baseball, things of that nature. I've been really thinking about it today. Today's been the day I've been thinking about that. Daniel Berry, Sports Highlights. Happy New Year. What's up, everybody? Again, let's dive in on that Steelers news. You get some of that injury updates, some of those injury updates that came through. Let's go through Tuesday, December 31st. The injury report for the Pittsburgh Steelers, practice designations and things of that nature. Number 2, quarterback Justin Fields, his abdominal injury. He was a full participant today. Russell Wilson resting, limited. Roman Wilson, the hamstring injury. He's the IR player. Full participant today. Ben Skoranek was limited with that hip. Joey Porter Jr., a full participant. Jaylen Warren is limited with the rib injury. Cole Holcomb back in a limited capacity. Defensive tackle Logan Lee with that calf injury was limited, but back at practice. Offensive lineman Isaac Seumalo, a vet, did not participate, rest day. So those things start to look better, man. Again, those things start to play into the Steelers' favor. You want to get as healthy as possible. It doesn't mean a guy has to play this week, but it means something into the playoffs. It means, hey, we have the possibility of having guys help us if need be. We have the possibility of having a little bit more depth. We have the possibility of just being a more complete football team, man. And that is absolutely special. And that is something that can't be overlooked, my friends. What's up, Foots Big? Miss Pittsburgh in the house. What's up, Inger? Oh, we did, Inger. Froggy Insider. Hey, Steelers, please win. Not trying to play the Bengals in the playoffs. Nah, yeah. Yeah, no doubt, man. The Bengals in the playoffs might be a scary team just because of their offense. But, guys, let's be honest about this situation. The Bengals defense is suspect, my friends. It is bad. And when you're playing really good teams that have good offenses, that have good defenses, that have good special teams, it's hard to overcome a phase of your football team that is absolutely dog shit. That's the problem that the Bengals will encounter, even if they beat the Steelers here on Saturday, which is a possibility. They could find out that things could be rather tough for them inside of the playoffs, man. I'm going to check the one for the Steelers game. What are you talking about? Ravens have to win AFC North. It happened first round bye, so yay for me. They won't get a first round bye. They're not going to be a 1 or 2 seed, Inger, so they will not be a first round bye. Sean says, I will be happy to see Cole back out there. Yeah, man, that was a devastating injury Cole Holcomb had last season, and it was super tough. To see that happen. Quan Alexander was out. Cole was out. Like, they just fell apart there the season before, whatever it was. It's been some time now, but that was a devastating injury. Robert Rhodes says, Logan Lee and Roman Wilson, do we really expect to see them or Holcomb? I don't know. Here's the thing, though. It's definitely massively big news in my opinion. Why? Because you're getting the hope of adding a more depth, man, and that is what I think is so important. The most healthy team in the playoffs is going to have an advantage, no doubt about that. The team that can turn to some of these players in case of injury. That's what you're looking for, I think, as the Steelers approach this playoffs. You really got to just try to be as healthy as possible. Hopefully that is happening for the Steelers, man. Again, that 3-game skid was a tough one, and it's been tough. And the Steelers are still in that losing skid, but can they get out of it? Can they get healthy? Can that momentum start to build onto their side? That's the real question here. Now, do I think that it's going to happen? Probably not. You probably don't see them, but, it's encouraging, definitely. Armin, Happy New Year, and all the best and health for you and your family in 2025. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. You also, Armin, thank you, man. Tom Ford, man, a steal in the house. Footsbig shared to a bunch of my Steelers groups. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, Footsbig. Mike Miller, Happy New Year. Steelers Nation, let us win this. TD, talking to Armin. Wave that terrible towel from his Pittsburgh Inger it says off of FanDuel, Bengals win 27-23. That's tough for y'all. Yeah, I don't buy into a lot of those things, man. They're playing points totals. They're playing spreads. You got to take into consideration all of that. I don't know how you can favor the Bengals after the Steelers put up 40-some points against them the last time they played them. The Steelers are now at home. The Steelers are the more healthy group. I don't know how you could favor them. I don't understand that. I get that the Steelers are on a 3-game skid, but guys, I think a lot's been read into that 3-game losing streak. I think a little bit more than maybe what it should be. I think the Steelers will find their footing here. They're not just going to go away. So I'm not sure what FanDuel is and what their deal is with how they predict things. But I can say this. The Steelers aren't going nowhere. They're going to be in this. And again, I want them to be in the 5th seed. I think that's the path to go. No, yeah, Inger. Predictions aren't always right, man. It's a definite imperfect science, no doubt about that. Robert Road, it would be crazy if we lost to the Bengals and then both the Steelers and Bengals ended up in the AFC Championship game in Pittsburgh. Wouldn't that be crazy? That would be absolutely insane, man. Froggy inside of the Steelers will probably sit out starters if the Ravens win. Nah, I don't see that happening. Here's the reason why I say that, Froggy. Mike Tomlin doesn't kind of play in that realm. It doesn't seem like he does. And the way he spoke this week, I don't think that would be the case. But here's the thing. You got to have momentum going into the playoffs. And if, again, you don't have to win the game, but you have to have the momentum starting to swing in your favor. Yeah, you may get down in the Bengals game here on Saturday, and, things aren't looking the best for you, but you battle back, you get that momentum, you start to score some points, you start to play some good defensive football. Even if you lose the game, you still get that momentum, and that's what the Steelers have to have here. They have to find that momentum here in Week 18, and if you don't, you're going to be in trouble. And I say that, sadly, because I don't want to see it happen, because the Steelers, I would love to see, get a playoff win or two, start to shock some people in these playoffs, because I think it could happen. I think there's a real possibility for that. But yeah, it is what it is. Which of these 3 teams do you rate as the best? Chiefs, Ravens, or Bills? I don't think the Ravens are all that, guys. I really don't. Yeah, they got hot a little bit here at the end, but I mean, I just don't rank them, in my opinion, in the top 3. I don't. That's my opinion. I just don't think that they have a quarterback that is capable of winning the big games inside of the playoffs. They don't possess that quarterback, and that's been proven time and time again. That's not me making that up. That's just going off of the statistics, going off of what I've seen, going off of his track record. The guy's never won big games in college, never won big games in the NFL. It's just the way it is. Until he proves me wrong, I can't put confidence inside of Lamar Jackson in big games and playoff action. I can't do that. Why? Because he's given me no reason to think that will happen. Everybody always picks the Ravens and Lamar Jackson to dominate in the playoffs, and they don't. But it is what it is. Until he proves me otherwise, I can't put that full confidence in there. Chiefs, Bills, definitely class of the conference, no doubt about that. But I think that there's Chiefs, Bills, and then I think that there is a mess of other teams. And I think that's Ravens, Steelers, Chargers, teams like that, that are teams that can win any week. That, the situation presents itself in the right way. The Steelers can beat the Ravens, or beat the Bills, rather, and the Chiefs. The Chargers can beat the Chiefs or the Bills. The Chargers can beat the Ravens, the Steelers. These teams all can compete. And I think that's what's going to be exciting about this AFC playoff. I don't think that there is a real true definitive number 3 team inside of this conference. I think there is a big group of teams that are all meshed together. And then I think there's your top 2 that are the class of the field. That's how I look at it, and that's the way I'm going to pick this to all play out. Inger says, Armin, I'll rank them for you. Chiefs Ravens are definitely not above the Bills, man. I just don't see it. Not right now. The Bills are playing way too good for you to even consider the Ravens to be atop of the Bills. Can the Ravens beat the Bills? Absolutely, they can beat the Bills. But honestly, if we're ranking people right now, there is no way you can put Josh Allen behind Lamar Jackson in any conversation. It's just illogical, and I know people do it all the time. But these are people in the national media that are trying to spin the narrative that they want, and they're trying to feed what they want down your throat. They're going to always pick this guy for some reason. He's the greatest thing since sliced bread. But, he's the MVP that doesn't have an AFC championship game win, doesn't have a Lombardi trophy, doesn't have any of the hardware that actually matters. He has some awards saying, oh, you're the MVP of the regular season. Well, congratulations, my friend. That doesn't mean anything. If I'm talking legacy, I'm putting people up there that got the hardware. That's what I'm talking about. And that's what Lamar got to do. And again, guys, this isn't a bash Lamar thing because I hate Lamar Jackson. That's not the case. I do not hate that guy. I think he's a phenomenal athlete. I think he is a great dude. But I'm not going to sit here and act like he's some god to the quarterback position. I'm not going to lie about it. I'm not going to sit here and feed you a bunch of bullshit. I'm going to be honest with you. All right, guys, we got to hit that like button while you are on the show. I truly appreciate it. All you got to do is double tap the screen. It's free. That helps the show more than anything. Send us out here on New Year's Eve. Send us out to the YouTube algorithm. Let's go out with a bang here on Steel City Live for the last show of 2024. You are involved right now in the last show of 2024 for us here at Mike Drop Sports. I know there is more than 13 of you regular people in this chat that are in here every single day or in here several times a week. I know there are more than 13 of you in this chat. So make sure you're doing me a solid like I do you a solid every single day by bringing you the best content that I can possibly bring you. TD, last 3 games showed our flaws, but better to see them now than in the first round. Absolutely, TD. I like that way of thinking. You want to get the corks out now. You want to get the issues out before you start to go into this playoff journey. I think you're exactly right with that. Froggy Insider, the Texans suck. Laughing my ass off. Steelers winning at least 1. Yeah, the Texans are riddled with injuries, man. Riddled. Danny George, 2025 New Year's Steel. Yes, I agree, man. 2025 is going to be a good one, man. And the Steelers are going to pick up some steam here. Happy New Year to you, Danny. Appreciate you in the chat. Andre Green, Happy New Year 2025, and let's go Steelers. Mark Malone, Steelers are going to have to run Warren like a mofo. Jaylen Warren, guys, best back on this football team. The guy that means the most to this football team in the run game. Najee Harris, his numbers aren't impressive. You can wipe your ass with that 1,000 yards. It doesn't mean anything. His yards per game average is absolutely atrocious. It looks like he's running in mud right now. I think Najee Harris here moving forward as the season progresses into the playoffs has to be more of a situational back, more of a back that comes in and more short yardage things and things of that nature. And even then, I don't know if I'd rather take him, Jalen Warren, off the field in place of Najee. And I say that why? Jalen has the burst. Jalen has the threat of hitting it from anywhere on the football field. I believe that Jalen Warren definitely is the most complete back on this football team and has earned the lion's share of the snaps here, especially in Week 18 and into the playoffs. Inger says, a lot of my friends ask me, when do you think the Ravens fall apart? I told them, well, the Ravens don't fall apart. They're one of the teams that just win and lose and nothing else, but they do suck. They fall apart, man. When you lose in the playoffs, that's falling apart. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that the Ravens are some bad football team, because they're not. And I'm not sitting here just, on a bash fest of the Ravens. But I'm not going to sit here and act like they are in the top three, that they're some monster team inside of this AFC playoffs. I don't think so. I think they are very beatable any given Sunday, especially with the way Justin Tucker has played this season. And a lot of these games in the playoffs come down to a field goal, come down to special teams, a turnover here and there. And when you miss field goals, those are turnovers, and that kills football teams inside of the playoffs. And that will definitely, hopefully not haunt you guys as Ravens fans, because I don't want to see Ravens fans, lose because of a Justin Tucker missed field goal. But you know what? Could happen. Let's keep going. Sleeping Lady, I think the Ravens beat Bills, but KC will beat the Ravens. I do think this could be the year for the Ravens to go for it. They got a chance just like anybody else, Sleeping Lady, no doubt about it. Here's my thought, guys. The AFC playoffs, the NFC playoffs, the playoffs in general inside of the NFL are similar to poker. If you have a chip and a chair, you have a seat at the table, you have an opportunity, anything can happen. And it's been proven time and time again by several teams that have battled through the playoffs, that have battled out of positions to where people in the national media are burying them. People are saying they suck, they're horrible, they're easy outs. No. Some of these teams prove otherwise, and that's what's special about the NFL playoffs. All right, guys, you got to double tap that screen, hit that like button for us here on Steel City Live. It's free, my friends. It is absolutely freaking free. We want to hit that 100 like mark here on the live stream to end the new year. Also, we want to make sure that we continue our streak of well over a couple thousand views each and every live stream here for at least the last week and a half. Let's make sure we do that. And let's continue to keep our streak of gaining subscribers. We had 3,889 whenever I came on. I looked just because I wanted to know it for the show. So we need what? 111 subscribers to hit 4,000. That is awesome, guys. And we have worked hard to build this channel, and that is all help from you. So thank you. Let's keep going through the chat. You the man, Jason. Thank you, Footsbig. I appreciate it. You the man, my friend. Big Sean says, I'm currently driving past an active lava flow. Oh, shit. You better be careful, Sean. Stay the fuck away from that shit, my friend. You're going to get a flag, Sean. Get away from there. Man, I don't got very many friends in my life, and Sean going to go ride by a fucking lava flow. Get your ass away from there. Armin, support for the best channel in the universe. Thank you, Armin. I appreciate that, buddy, and I appreciate your support. Froggy Insider, I feel like the Ravens and the Steelers are the top two franchises in the NFL. I feel like they're very good, man. Definitely two solid franchises. And this coming from a Steelers fan, I'm giving that to the Ravens too. If I'm going to rank franchises, in my opinion, stability in franchises right now, I have to give it to Chiefs, Steelers, Ravens, Bills, Detroit right now. Those are the teams right now that are the model franchises, in my opinion. Some of those are legacy franchises. That doesn't necessarily mean they're out there winning Super Bowls, but they're franchises that have been around so long, that have been involved in winning a lot. That's why I give it to them. But you got a handful of franchises that are just so very good. Challenger 22, hearing we are getting some guys back, Holcomb/Wilson. Challenger, I don't know if we're getting them back, but they came back to practice. Some limited, some full, which is what we were talking about at the beginning of the show. Good to see you also, buddy, before I forget to say that. And Happy New Year to you. But when you start to get that depth, when you start to get the feeling of a little bit of security in terms of your roster, that's when things become a little bit more comfortable. I feel like that's when you can start heating things up. You're not trying to protect anything. You're not trying to, stay in that shell and be conservative. I think when you got a deep roster, you start to get a lot of players back from injury. You find yourself in a situation, you just go for it, man. And you throw caution to the wind. TD, there are plenty of runners coming out of the draft. We can take a chance and get a better team deal. Absolutely. Najee will not be signed by the Steelers, guys. I seen something on X today. This one of those stupid ones that came up that popped up onto my feed. Najee beta, shit like that. Stupid ones that make zero sense, that are absolutely dog shit. But they were like, Najee Harris, 2 years, $9.75 million per season. Like, where do you even come up with $9.75 fucking million in the first place? Like, get a life, man. Najee Harris is not going to be re-signed to this football team. I hate to say it, guys. They're not going to invest $10 million plus a year for a guy that has very little in terms of 100-yard performances in his career. Yes, he had 3 this season. I thought he was picking it up, getting into that consistency mode that we've wanted him to be in since he's been a Pittsburgh Steeler, but he didn't. And that's okay. And the Steelers can do what, guys, at a very devalued position? Do exactly what TD said. Keep Jaylen Warren, sign him to a minimalistic deal, a deal in which it works out in the franchise's favor in terms of the salary cap. Go into the draft, make sure you get somebody that's solid. And guys, let's be real honest. The Steelers have found several undrafted rookie free agent players that have been very good running backs for them throughout the years. And that is something that's been overlooked. And Jaylen Warren is one of those players. So you don't necessarily even have to draft one. You can go out in free agency and find a solid guy to team up with Jaylen Warren. It makes zero fucking sense. 0 cents to go out there and pay Najee Harris double-digit millions to stay with the Pittsburgh Steelers when he looks like he's running through muddy water each and every week. And I don't want to hear the excuse of offensive line. I don't want to hear the excuse of scheme. I don't want to hear that, because when Jaylen Warren in the heat of the Chiefs game was averaging 6+ yards a carry, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it's the line. I don't want to hear this or that. Najee makes his own path right now. Najee couldn't he needs to step up and show why you should pay him $10 million a year, and he hasn't done that. Does he make some plays? Yes, he does. Do I hate Najee? No. If we had Najee for $5 million a year, I'd say keep him. Steelers or Bengals this week? I'm going Steelers. And I'll give you my score prediction now. I'm going Steelers 38, Bengals 34. I think that is around where this will end up. 38-34 Pittsburgh. Steelers improved to 11 wins. Finished the season at 11-6. Man, I got to tell you, Sean and I were pretty damn close, man. Sean picked 12-5. I picked 10-6, 11-6, 10-7. That we were pretty damn close, I got to say. As was a lot of you guys too, not just Sean and I. You guys were out there picking that shit too. You guys are absolutely awesome, man. I gotta say this about Mic Drop Sports in this community. You guys are fucking good, man. You guys are good, dude. A lot of you have really good football heads, and it is awesome. And again, that was the reason I started this channel, was to talk to people like that. I didn't care if I had 10,000 subscribers, I didn't care if I made money off of YouTube. All I wanted to do was, I'm a dad who is at home, working, coaching sports. I don't got time to go out and make a bunch of friends. I wanted to come on here and have people to talk to and talk about football with. And that's what I've gotten from you guys. And that is absolutely awesome. And I applaud you for that. Thank you. All right, guys, double tap that screen, hit that like button. We need to hit 100 likes tonight on this last live stream of the 2024 new year. going into the new year, 2025. But yeah, let's get 100 likes tonight, and that is all because of you. So double tap the screen. It's free, guys. Also, let me remind you of what we are doing here with this giveaway. The signed jersey. If we get to 10,000 subscribers, we will be raffling that off to Mic Drop Mafia members. It's 99 cents a month. All you got to do is subscribe. And if you subscribe and open your gifts up, you might get a gifted membership, so you might win that for nothing. So make sure you do that. Double tap the screen, hit the like button, make sure you subscribe, and you can have a chance to be on that TJ Watt jersey that is signed. And again, if we get to 15,000 subscribers, I told you I will have it framed and authenticated. If we get to 12,000, I will have it framed. If we get to 10, we'll just raffle it. So that's how that'll go. Let's keep going. Danny George, I'd save those two guys for the playoffs. Who are you talking about? Oh, Holcomb and Wilson. Yeah, they're not going to play this week, I don't think. Tom Ford, man of steel. Why do you suppose the media always puts Aaron Rodgers on a pedestal, saying how great he was, but yet rarely even mention Big Ben, who was just as good, if not better? Tom, I have no clue, and I say this all the time to you guys, and this is so real. Tom gives you an excellent example there, how they put certain players on pedestals. These guys in the national media pick their narrative, and they're going to spin it, and they're going to make it right no matter what. They're going to make what they say right. That's what they're doing. And Big Ben doesn't get the credit for being the player that he was. A guy that you couldn't bring down. A guy that absolutely wrecked ball games. A two-time Super Bowl champion. A Super Bowl player that has some monumental, historical plays inside of the playoffs and in the Super Bowl. Drives that are historical drives that are played over and over again during Super Bowl highlights. I'm just saying, Big Ben Roethlisberger doesn't get the credit he deserves. He is a first fucking ballot Hall of Famer, point blank, period. I don't know why they do that, though, man. I don't feel like Aaron Rodgers is that great. He has one Super Bowl win, yes, and it came against my Steelers. And thank you, Rashard fucking Mendenhall. I appreciate you, my friend. Pat, 1960, why can't the Chiefs three-peat? I don't think there's a reason they can't, but it's working against them, to be honest. It is very difficult for that, and history has shown us no team's ever three-peated. So it'd be very special if the Chiefs do, but I'm not saying they can't. They very well can. Laughing my ass off from Sean, wave that terrible towel from Miss Pittsburgh. Tom Ford said, I thought I was your friend. You are my friend, Tom. Danny George, I'd say you have 3,900 friends, Jason. You guys are my friends. I meant that to Sean. Like, I don't have very many, like, people I talk to on the phone and shit like that. You guys are my friends. Yes, no doubt about it. You guys are 3,900 of my friends. Absolutely. You guys are absolutely the best, man. And it doesn't matter if you're a fan of the Ravens, a fan of the Bengals, a fan of the Browns, a fan of whoever. When you come here to Mic Drop Sports, this is your home, and we'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. I'll try to gain the knowledge on it. I'll give you my insight on whatever it is you want to talk about. But we want to make sure that this is a very a big group of just crazy football fans that love to have fun, love to talk football, and that's what our goal is, and I think we do that each and every day. All right, guys, make sure you're double tapping that screen, hitting that like button. Send us out into that YouTube algorithm. I truly appreciate it. We are almost 30 minutes in and nobody's gotten a flag yet. 76 concurrent viewers right now, so let's double tap that screen, hit that like button, and send us out there, man, to the masses. It's free, my friends. We are almost at 100 concurrent viewers, and we want to have 100 likes on the last live stream of 2024. Let's see if you guys can make that happen here tonight and be a part of something special and break our live stream record with over 100 likes. That would be absolutely awesome. Froggy Insider, #1 Steelers pod. Thank you, Froggy. I appreciate it. All the other guys bash AFC North rivals. I'm not here to bash you. I'm here to be honest, truthful, give you the good takes. And I respect teams that are rivalry teams. I respect teams and fans that come and approach podcasts like this that they may feel like they're not welcome, but they truly are. And I respect that. And definitely, you guys that are Ravens fans that are in here each and every day, I don't feel like any other Steelers podcast, any other podcast like this has Ravens fans, Eagles fans, Browns, Bills, Bengals, those teams' fans that come into the podcast every single day and show support. I don't think they have that, and I am very humbled and thankful for that. Let's go, people. Let's hit that subscribe button and hit that like button for the best show in the universe. That's right here. Listen to your girl, Miss P. Hervey Dunn. Yeah, I definitely would not re-sign. Harris, sleeping lady. The thing with the Ravens is they try so hard to beat the Steelers. They always talk culture. They're as if it has existed for as long as the Steelers, and it hasn't. It's been there as long as Tomlin. Yeah, the Ravens have built a good culture, definitely. You know, speaking of that, let me get a drink before I get into this one, because I got to throw a flag on Kenny fucking Hittenmans. You get a flag, Kenny. So, Kenny Pickett, backhanded comment about the Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't know if you all heard it, but he said in his press conference, he loves being in Philadelphia. It's as close to a college atmosphere as you can be. Everybody plays for one another and loves one another, and you don't have that in every place. He's only been to one other fucking place. Screw you, Kenny Mittens. Go, yeah. You're not even playing well there, and you have a monster team. That tells me something about you. Mark Malone, this is the year to draft a back. Yeah, it should be fun, Mark. I think they could get a good one. The Rapid Rhino, I think you're off on Najee Harris take. Well, I respect that. Thank you, though. But you can't. You give me some statistics and things that tell me otherwise. Give me some reasons, the Rapid Rhino, why you would want to sign Najee Harris. What does he bring to the table that would warrant $10+ million per season? I would welcome those insights from you. EC, the Steelers resting their starters? No. Happy New Year from Mark Subar. Robert Road in the house. Must be some sight to see in person, Sean. Oh, he's talking to Sean about the lava. How do you turn on gifted memberships? Anger, I really, Dolphins are going to barely make the play. They might. How you do it is you go in your little settings area, wherever that may be. You hit that settings and it'll have a spot in there. It says allow gifts. That's what you want to hit. They do the same thing with Bradshaw. Mine, that was a Watt jersey, is as good as mine. Well, we got to hit the 10,000 subscribers first. I don't know if we can do that. That's the big key. Do people want it bad enough, man? It's probably worth some money, actually. GS or J or GJS 555. Finding a true franchise quarterback is like a needle in a haystack. Absolutely. Look, there's probably 5 good quarterbacks in this whole league. Honestly, you know. They're not a dime a dozen. Douglas Ball in the house. Najee has to go, but I do too. To go too. We are one and done this year, but love this team. Hoping for a run in the next few weeks, but forever a fan. Yeah, you might be right, but I think, guys, you got to just take Jason's advice here. If you don't take my advice all season, if you haven't listened to anything that I've said all season, you haven't taken things that I've said seriously, take this seriously. The Pittsburgh Steelers are still in this. The Pittsburgh Steelers from the 5 seed have an excellent opportunity to be in the round of 3. I can just tell you that, the third round. I can tell you, it could happen. And people want to doubt me, that's fine. But I really think the Pittsburgh Steelers could set themselves up very well with a win against the Bengals, a win against the Texans, build immense momentum, and go into that second round really hot. And that is really dangerous for any football team to want to face a hot franchise like the Steelers that secured their playoff berth about a month ago. That can't be overlooked either. Also, The Steelers can run the football. The Steelers can play muddy, sloppy, nasty defense. And when the weather starts to take effect in places like Kansas City, Buffalo, Baltimore, the Pittsburgh Steelers can play that style of football. And that can't be discounted either. And not every team in the AFC Conference playoffs can play that brand of black and blue football. Challenger, Ward and Harrison snubbed for Hall of Fame. Yeah, screw the Hall of Fame. It's the Hall of Shame right now. They let too many people in, first and foremost. There's just way too many people in there. I don't know. It's just not special as it once was, in my opinion. Happy New Year to Miss P, Sean. I still blame Mendenhall for that game too, bro. I hate Mendenhall. I just hate the cocky way he speaks, the arrogance, the racial shit that he always tries to spew. I hate that. I don't like it from Rashard Mendenhall, man. Don't look to blame other things. Just take it on yourself and be done with it. It happens. If you're just one of those people that say, you know what, I fucked up in that situation, I'm going to respect you more than you trying to go out there and rub other players into the dirt and try to make your name better than the other players and try to, say all this nasty shit about your teammates. I don't like that, man. Skullface Gaming, who's injured? Nobody. Well, there's players that are nicked up, bruised up, but what we were talking about was this, that the Steelers are possibly getting healthier and healthier and healthier, and that is special. All right, guys, we got to double tap that screen, man. We need to hit 100 likes tonight. Again, it's free. It costs you nothing to hit the like button. Your creators beg you for these likes, and it is free, and if you want people to continue to make content, this is what you got to do. Hit that like button and send us out there into that YouTube algorithm world. Love you, Jay, but my comment was slashed. Hope we get at least one playoff win. It's okay, brother. I got nothing but love for you, Douglas. Thank you, man. I hope we do too, man. Wilson, Broncos country. No, this isn't Broncos country, Wilson. This is Steelers country right here, baby. Our nation, baby. Our nation right here. Thanks again to Russ for that stuff. Inger says, here's my top 5 quarterbacks of all time. All time. He says Mahomes, sadly, Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning, Joe Montana, Tom Brady. Yeah, that could be it, Inger. I can't argue. Your list is pretty good. Miss Pittsburgh, wave that terrible towel. TD, let's hit that thumbs up button and subscribe, everyone. Absolutely, truly appreciate it. Again, thank you for the gifted memberships. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for everything. This has been an amazing year, man. You can even ask Sean. I thought about quitting doing this, man. We hit a little bit of a spot to where things weren't going as great as I wanted them to be. We switched up a little bit. We were trying to stream off a little bit different platforms. We were trying to do different things with the show, and we hit like a little bit of a rut to where we weren't growing as as steadily as we once were, and I thought about it. I'm like, I'm just about to be done with it because I put a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of effort into this. And, it could be better. Everything could be better each and every anything you do. But I really, truly thought that I was about to be done with it just because I just was getting pissed about having the growth stunted because of decisions that I made and, trying to do different things. But man, have we surged in the last month or two, and that has been awesome, and that's all because of you guys. So, we're averaging, most nights 3,000, 4,000 views on the live stream, just tons and tons of views and tons of likes, and it's just been awesome, man. We've gained in subscribers greatly here over the last month, especially over the last couple weeks. It's just been awesome, and 2024 has been an absolute true blessing, and that is because of you guys. You bring joy, man. You bring me a lot of joy, and I got to thank you for it, and I can't thank you enough for it. And I don't ever mean to sound like a broken record, but man, you guys do bring me a lot of joy, man, and that is cool. We got to keep going. Wilson says NFL. Yeah, NFL. Wish you were Russell Wilson. Maybe I'd join you into the live stream. Armin, what's your score prediction for the Raiders, Chargers, and Jets Dolphin matchup? Raiders, Chargers, I think is a blowout. Chargers win. Jets, Dolphins. I believe the Dolphins win that in a running away fashion. Not by a bunch, but like by double digits, 10 plus points. That's just my opinion, but I think Dolphins win that by 10 plus, and I think the Chargers win that game by so much it might be out of hand by the third quarter. Ratbirds, Bengals, they suck. Steelers will score a lot from Wilson, Mr. Steeler fan, a win at home, and that means momentum into the playoffs. Absolutely, man. That's what you're looking for. Dorian Dexter, I'm taking the Bengals, bro. Okay. Kenny Pickett is him. Kenny Pickett is a guy that lacks intestinal fortitude, that lacks guts, that lacks the want to, that lacks the desire, that lacks the ability to be a true NFL franchise quarterback. Point blank, period. It's just what it is. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Let's keep going. Froggy says bro's hands made him fall all over and fumble. Steelers, any three players in the NFL that would secure the Steelers a Super Bowl that's not a quarterback? I'm not looking past this. I'm looking for the right now, Mo. Ask me that in the offseason. We got so many months to talk about that kind of stuff, guys. It really brings me down and brings my mood down to talk about like free agency and draft and stuff. It does. I'm living for the moment, man. I wait all year for this season to come along. I don't want to talk about the end of the season before it's the end of the season. Mr. Steelers fan, I think this team will shock people first round of the playoffs. I think there's going to be an upset as well. Josh Allen, one and done. I think there's going to be an upset also. That's why I think the Pittsburgh Steelers, this could set up nicely from the 5th seed. I really, truly want them to be the 5th seed. I would love it if they're the 3rd seed. I would love that. But I think playing the Texans would just be better for me, man. I think the road to the playoffs becomes a lot better from the 5th seed for some reason. I don't know why. I just feel like it would. Let's keep going. Inger says here's, oh my Lord, top 5 wide receivers of all time. Marvin Harrison, Terrell Owens, Larry Fitzgerald, Randy Moss, Jerry Rice. Not a bad list, Inger. Epic Expeditions. Remember that Kenny wanted Pittsburgh. The Steelers gave him his wish. Kenny was afraid to battle Russell Wilson for his job. Amen. Amen. 2024 went so fast, and it's 25. No doubt, man. Also, guys, make sure you continue during this playoff push to watch out. There's going to be a couple major weather events that are coming up, especially along the East Coast and in the South. That could be of historic proportions in terms of snowfall. And I want you guys to keep that in your head. Look around the 6th of January, there could be some significant weather. Look around the 11th, 12th time frame in January, there could be some significant weather. I just want you to make sure that you're taking that into consideration. And if you go to Buffalo, lake effect snow could always be a case there. And it could drop a foot on you like that. It could be, look, we're expecting a dusting, and that lake effect snow machine gets turning, and then all of a sudden, it's one of those games to where it's bad, and we've seen that in Buffalo before when Le'Veon Bell put on a absolute show up there, beating the Buffalo Bills pretty much single-handedly. Edward Rizerhands, 3 dots, top right. Yes, hit that on the mobile. There's also, if you just double tap on your Apple device, I know that you can hit that like button that way. Inger, if it doesn't say gift memberships, it does somewhere in there, Inger. I don't know exactly where it is, man. I have mine turned on a long time ago, and I can't remember. I know it's in your little settings thing. It's somewhere here in the bottom. Also, too, if you go onto the channel page, Inger, go onto the channel page, go into this show, bring it up through the channel page, go into the channel page, hit lives. Find this live, which will be at the top. You hit that live, close the live chat, and then go in that way. You'll see allow gifts, settings, all that kind of shit. Here, I'll tell you how to do it. Oh, shit. Never mind. I can't go back in there, man. I'm going to lose my chat. Let me see where I'm at. Sorry. I'm trying to find where we were. TJ Watt will be the difference from Wilson. I hope, man. GJS. Unfortunately, we will not be successful with Tomlin. His defense, he's a defensive-minded head coach in an offensive league. Offense wins championships now, and we need to move on from Tomlin, but that won't happen. Yeah, it's kind of something it's kind of pointless to even talk about. Is that monster Pickens playing? Yes, sir, he is. Rodgers shredded our defense in that game. Steelers came out flat, and Tomlin was out coached. That's from Challenger. I don't think he shredded anybody in that game, man. The Steelers should have won that game. I think it was a highly competitive game. Mr. Steeler fan, only running back worth drafting is playing right now. Boise State versus Penn State. Hervey Dunwell, I'm glad you didn't give up. And I still streaming Happy New Year's. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't either, man. I was just about there, but I've thought that way a couple times throughout this journey. Thank you, Douglas. I appreciate that, man. Jason, we won't cut you like the Cowgirls did Elliott. Thanks, TD. Appreciate that. Danny is the GOAT. Do you think the Ravens lose to the Browns? No, I don't. Joey B is the best. He's good. Robert Rowe, Penn State should win big tonight, and after that, it will get really interesting playing Notre Dame or Georgia with a backup quarterback. They might be playing for the championship. It's a possibility, man. It definitely is, Robert. ZLR, nice seeing another live stream from you. I was hoping to see another since I randomly found you one day. Not sure if I'm subbed or not, but if I'm not, I'll definitely sub. Thank you, ZLR. Appreciate that, man. Happy New Year to you. And I hope 2025 is very prosperous for you. He said, oh, my Lord. Let's go Chargers. That's from RB. Tom says, I'm sorry, guys, and this is the first time this happened, but because of Mike Tomlin, I lost faith in the Steelers this year. Every year for a decade, it's ended basically the same. I can't discount what Tom's saying, guys. Footsbig says, listening to you outdoor dashing. Hey! Spread the love, Footsbig. Make sure you play it for everybody when you go to their door. Tell them, when you go and drop off food, you tell them, go in that house, get on your phone, and you turn on Mike Drop fucking Sports, man, and the show Steel City Live. You won't be disappointed. We only have one flag on the play. That was for Sean tonight. He rode by a lava flow, so Sean got a flag. That's the only one so far. Only thing worse than living in Cleveland would be in Buffalo. Let's keep going. Lightning bolts. Man, you're on them Chargers. Miss Pittsburgh, are you going to see a dollar right there, too? Money right there, too? That's easier. Oh, yeah, $. Yeah, you can put the gifts on that way, too. How Miss Pittsburgh's telling you, Inger. Mr. Steeler fan, we didn't have Water Wilson in the postseason last year against the Bills. I like what we have right now heading into the postseason, folks. I agree, and people are discounting it. Oh, my Lord, Inger, you in these top 5 lists, my friend. Inger, here you go, guys. I'm going to drop my top 5 running backs of all time. He's done running backs. He's done quarterbacks. He's done wide receivers. We love you, Inger. We love you, Inger. LaDainian Tomlinson, Evan Smith, Walter Payton, Barry Sanders, and Jim Brown. I think that list could be a little bit argued, but those are some good ones. Thank you, ZLR. Froggy Insider, ESPN needs to sign you. I wish they would, Froggy Insider. You know, I've applied for 93.7 The Fan twice now. And have not even got like a second interview or anything. But yet I listen to the people in Pittsburgh doing the ad reads and stuff on there. And they are the most monotone, horrible radio voices that I have ever heard in my entire life. And I'm not just saying that. It's bad. And some of the people they have on there are bad. And it's like, give me an interview. Let me come in and do a show. Shit. Inger, Joe Burrow would definitely win MVP if you had a better team around him because, yes, he does have some really good wide receivers, but from what I've seen from a few years, I've watched the NFL. I'm not sure what you mean there. Robert Road, I've seen draft guys saying that they have 30 to 35 rated as draftable in the 2025 NFL draft class. It is historically deep in talent at the running back position. That could work out really good in the Steelers' favor. If you see that there are 30 to 35 that are in the draftable category that could go in the 7-round draft, that's actually really good because that means there's probably going to be some high-quality guys left over. Inger, to have a good team around you for some reason. Yeah, it's tough to have all the pieces. When you pay quarterbacks big money, it's tough to have all the pieces, man. Mr. Steeler fan, I really hope team is working on pass protection right now. We need better pass protection for Russ to cook. Yeah, Russ also has to hit those underneath passes, hit those short to intermediate passes. That alleviates some of the pressure from the offensive line. Guys, we have not moved off that like button in a little bit here. In at least 5 minutes, I feel like we've been on 43. Let's double tap that screen. Let's hit the like button. It is absolutely free. It costs you nothing to hit the like button but a YouTube subscription or membership, whatever it is, and that's free. So double tap that screen. Hit that like button. Make sure you turn on your gifts for memberships, and make sure that you subscribe to the best channel on YouTube. That's right here. That's Mike Drop Sports and the show Steel City Live, here each and every single day, here on our last stream of the 2024 year, man. And it's been awesome. We've been hovering well over 50, well over 60 most of the stream here. So the numbers will be really nice for this last stream here. So that's awesome. Foot's big. I will be rooting for the Browns this weekend, unfortunately. Me too, man. And I hate to say that. Remember 1994, Mr. Steelers? I remember 1994. But that was, 30 years ago, my friend. Yeah, so long time ago. I remember it very well when Barry Foster and Neil O'Donnell couldn't get it done against the Chargers in the AFC Championship game. But there's nothing to really brag about there, RB in 619, because your Chargers went into the Super Bowl and got their ass thumped by the 49ers, and it was a waste. The Steelers would have actually been competitive in that game. The Chargers were not. They were a bad football team, in my opinion, to be in the Super Bowl. Were they a decent team throughout the regular season? Of course, but were they the team that should have been in the Super Bowl? Absolutely not. That was a bad Super Bowl, man. It was unentertaining. It was just a total debacle by the then San Diego Chargers. Do you all want? No, we don't want those, Inger. Thank you. Save those for next show, Inger. I'll give you this assignment. Top 5 cornerbacks, top 5 defensive linemen, and top 5 edge rushers. That's what I want from you next show. The Professor 87, you know what else is? Yeah, hold on. Let me make sure we delete this douchebag. Hold on, man. All right. Sorry, guys. I had to delete that guy. He's a turd. Steelers 9. Nice setup, man. Yeah, Najee Harris sucks. Oh, you mean this? Thank you, man. I appreciate it. We're working on it. I actually have added, there's another chair here and over here, actually. So one day, whenever I have some people actually come through the studio, we'll be able to move the camera back, put the screen out a little bit further over here so we have something to look at. And be able to have 2 guests here. And I have another mic holder over here also. So, yeah, we'll be able to do that big, man. And I have another mic, too. I have, you guys remember when I used to use this? The old Yeti? I do have another mic, though. And headphones and all that shit. So, hopefully we'll get some people come through. Ravens fan here. Can't wait to see you all in the playoffs. It's been y'all or the Chargers. It's between y'all or the Chargers. Yeah, we'll see what happens, man. Froggy Insider, do you broadcast every day? Yeah, every day, usually every weekday. And during the season, pretty much 7 days a week. TD, Boise just missed a field goal, still 0-0. Steeler fan 9, stairway to 7, baby. Mr. Steeler fan, can we get the run game going at home against the Bengals? Yeah, but here's the thing, man. You're going to want to get this pass game cooking a little bit. It's been struggling here as of late, and I think the run game also. But you're going to have to be very balanced, I think, to beat the Bengals, because you don't want this to become a monster shootout like it was last time in Cincinnati. You want it to be a game that the Steelers can control time of possession, control pace, keep themselves healthy, and get themselves that momentum built headed into the playoffs. All right, guys, double tap that screen. We're 53 minutes in here on the live stream, here on Steel City Live, only on Mike Drop Sports. I'm your host, Jason. This is our New Year's Eve podcast, our last one of the year. So I'm going to go a little bit longer tonight. So you guys make sure you load up that chat, continue to hit that like button. We're going to go a little bit longer. We're going to go out with 2024 with a fucking bang, my friends, here on the best channel on YouTube. We're going to try to get to 5,000 views tonight and 100 likes on the live stream. Let's hit it, guys. That's going to be all because of you. What did that guy say? I'm not sure. Oh, he said something about being massive, trying to refer to as small. You know what? Jason Moreland, James Harrison. Wish he would have made the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Darren Warman. I'm excited for Saturday. Are you related to Daniel Warman? Darren? Is that your dad or one of your relatives? Challenger 22, no chance Browns beat the Ravens. 0. I don't think so either, man. It would be very far-fetched, Challenger. Inger, y'all know how I'm good at predictions, right? Well, I'm predicting that the Lions and Eagles are in the NFC Championship game because there's no other team, no other better teams in the NFC, and the Eagles might beat them. Maybe, man. That might be a good pick. Bobby Tipton, who's your MVP favorite? It's not Lamar fucking Jackson, I'll say that. I really don't have one. I don't play into those awards. I think they're all stupid. They're voted on by people in the press that don't really have intimate knowledge of these football teams. They're just looking at, stats and highlight reels. And I don't feel like MVP and things of that nature should be given off of that type of thing. Man, I got like some nasty thing on my finger. It looks like brown shit, but it's like some stain. I was cooking earlier and it like got all over me. I was like cooking with grease and shit. When I was scrubbing, I feel like I just like got shit all over my finger. Use the Lions are falling. Nah, they're not falling apart. Burrow is a tough quarterback, especially late in the year. Robert wrote, I knew the Chargers would get killed against the 49ers. I listened while delivering pizza, and I remember it was 21-0 San Francisco in the first quarter. It wasn't a competitive Super Bowl at all. No, it was horrible. So bad. Jason Moreland, I'm a Bengals fan, and their defense sucks. Offense is awesome. Burrow, Chase, Higgins. Yeah, no doubt, Jason. And you are welcome here, Jason, so you can come and always join the conversation here. We have a lot of Bengals fans, actually. Challenger 22, watch out for those Vikings. Lions are for real. Is Justin Fields the QB this weekend? No, Tom. It'll be Russell Wilson. You may see Justin Fields if the Steelers, pull out to a lead or, if nothing matters, you might see Justin. But it's going to be Russ. Steelers fan 9, do you think Wilson will stay with the Steelers before retirement or get traded? He can't get traded because he's only on a 1-year deal. I think he re-signs with Pittsburgh. That's how I think it goes. I am related to Daniel Warman. Well, we love Daniel here, Darren. So welcome to another Warman. We love you guys. So appreciate you guys for stopping through. That's really cool. Stroll, sorry if this was already covered. What are the implications if the Ravens lose? How can the Steelers win the AFC North? Well, Strolls, it's simple. Ravens lose, Steelers win. That's the only way they can win the AFC North. So it's really, really simple, man. Mike, Jared Goff, Challenger 22, lots of good teams in the NFC, Redskins, Packers, Vikings, heck, even the Rams. Missing one, Detroit Lions, the best team in the NFC. Challenger, worst Super Bowl was San Francisco versus Denver, 55-10. Yeah, that was a bad one. Daniel says, Darren, I called you Daniel. Thank you. We appreciate you guys. Wave that terrible towel for Miss Pittsburgh. Inger, I think Jaden Daniels has to win Rookie of the Year, and I do think that we got way more than what we expected from Jaden Daniels this year. I hate to say this, and I don't want to sound cocky or conceited, but you can ask Sean, you can ask the OGs of the channel that listen each and every day. What did I tell you about Jaden Daniels? I told you that he was going to be the best quarterback out of the 2024 draft. And I think I'm right. I think he's far better than Caleb Williams, and I think he's proven that. And I don't want to hear, well, Caleb plays for the Bears, and they're shitty because the Commanders have been shitty for many, many years, and Jaden Daniels has pulled them out of NFL purgatory. All right, guys, make sure you're double tapping that screen, hitting that like button for us here on Steel City Live, our special New Year's Eve edition, our last show of the 2024 year. Challenger says, anyone counting on the Clowns to beat the Ravens needs to put the cracking down. You mean crack pipe? It might happen. Stranger shit's happen, Challenger. I think it's far-fetched, though. Definitely. Steelers fan 9. If anyone, Josh Allen should win MVP. Yeah. To be honest, guys, I don't really know. What about Bo Nix? He's not better than Jaden Daniels. I don't think so. Randy N. Hey, Jason, Happy New Year's from Daniel Warman. What's up, Daniel? I just seen your relative, Darren Warman. Froggy Insider, if DTR plays, we win. He is playing. So maybe he does win. I doubt it, though, very seriously. Inger, and listen, Caleb Williams was expected to win Rookie of the Year, but listen, it seems like there's a curse for rookie quarterbacks that go to the Bears. There have been the Bears ruining quarterbacks for the last decade. Yeah, it's not a curse. It's because the Bears fucking suck. The Bears are dog shit in their front office. The Bears ownership group is dog shit. That's why they suck. JJ, you must hate the Steelers. Oh, yeah, I must hate them, man. You're right. Randy N, did the Steelers win against anyone over 500? Are you really serious, dude? Ravens, beat them. Commanders, beat them. Those are two teams that everybody wants to sit here and talk about being some of the best teams in the NFL. There's just two examples. The Bengals are over 500, aren't they? There's three examples. Just saying, man. Tons of them. Yes, 5 or 6. You're right. No love for Sam Darnold. He's played well this year, but it's 1 year. Caleb, need a better coaching staff and front office. Said it before I could finish typing. Mike. Bears have been ruining quarterbacks for 70 years. You ain't lying about that, Mr. Steeler fan. Broncos and Chargers as well. Froggy Insiders, the Bengals are 500. Yeah, they beat the Broncos. They beat the Chargers. They beat the Ravens. They beat the Commanders. They beat the Bengals. I mean, the list goes on. And I love how people act like, the Steelers are some shitty team that's beat nobody this year. What are you fucking talking about? Mr. Steeler fan, we did that. Froggy Insider, the Bengals are 500. Okay, hey, for the first time in a very long time, I am caught up in the chat. How awesome is that? All right, guys, we need 2 more likes to hit 50. Give me 2 more likes. Double tap that screen, hit that like button. Make sure you hit it. Truly appreciate it. It's free, guys. It's absolutely free. So whoever wants to be number 50, make sure you hit that. We want to try to get to 100, but we're dogging out here a little bit, so we need to hit that. We've been going for a little over an hour. All right, we're now over 50 with 52. Thank you, guys. Let's keep going. Who's the best quarterback in Steelers history? In my opinion, it's Ben Roethlisberger. Statistically, Terry Bradshaw when it matters. Terry Bradshaw, 4 Super Bowl rings, so it's hard to be better than Terry because he has the hardware. But statistically, Ben Roethlisberger would be in terms of numbers. Who do you hate the most in the NFL? I don't hate anybody really, JJ. Hate's a strong word for me, man. If I hate you, you'll know it. Robert Rhodes, Steelers beat the Falcons, Ravens, Chargers, Broncos, and Reds. Yeah, those are just to name a few. Russell and the Steelers go together like milk and cookies. Yeah, I agree. Froggy Insider, the Steelers collapsed. I thought we were done when the Steelers were 10-3. I wouldn't call it a collapse, man. I'd call it a rough spot in the road, man. Inger says, and Caleb Williams is better than what it seems like he's going to the Bears. Just seems like a curse because they've always been horrible as soon as they go there. The Bears are just a horrible team. Caleb Williams is, first, a very weird fella. A guy that literally is just super odd and doesn't strike me as that, go to war type leader. I watched that game in Washington. When they played the Commanders, and that was a tight game. That was that miracle Hail Mary. You just saw who had the better demeanor as a man, a franchise quarterback, and that definitely wasn't Caleb Williams. And that was by far Jaden Daniels. Austin 423. To make any of y'all feel better, I'm a Patriots fan. Well, Austin, we welcome you, Pats fan. You've had a lot of success here over the last several years. the last decade, 2 decades. So it's time for you guys to take a little bit of a back seat here to some of the other teams. We're going to win a little bit here while you guys rebuild. Steelers fan 9, Ben or Terry? I got to say both, but Ben statistically, Terry when it matters. Matt Burton, Big Ben was the most talented quarterback. Bengals don't deserve to be in the playoffs. Played like shit all season. Yeah, but they're there. That's the thing, you know. Two guys, when you're trying to compare Terry Bradshaw and Ben Roethlisberger, this popped into my head while I was getting my drink. It's hard to compare guys from two different eras, especially when you're talking 70s, early 80s to the 2000s. You know, it's very hard to compare those two times. The rules were vastly different. The league's geared now toward scoring, and it has been for the last 20 some years. It's really been geared toward offensive football, so it's really hard to gauge and compare. It's really not a fair comparison. All right, guys, let's double tap that screen, hit that like button. We have more likes than viewers right now. We need to get that viewership back up. We fell down a little bit. Let's get back up there. Wave that terrible towel for Miss Pittsburgh. Inger, yeah, the Bible, it says you're not supposed to use the word hate. Yeah, I don't want to hate anybody. Froggy Insider, Caleb is going to spend his career as backup because the Bears ruined him. I hate the Cleveland Browns. That's from Challenger. Lindsay C in the house. What's up, Lindsay? Happy New Year to you. One of our OGs. Steelers will win. I think they are locked in. Every team has lost this year. Yeah. Every team has lost this year. The Steelers can get it done, guys. Just like Fields and Trubisky from Frogger Insider. Yeah, they ruined them. Steelers fan 9, you think Pickens will stay any longer after his contract? Well, guys, let's talk about Pickens real quick. Heading into the last year of his deal, this was the year that he had to really prove it. A guy that was going to really, try to earn that cash, that big contract. And if the Steelers are going to do a deal with him, it'll be next year. It'll be during the summer, in my opinion. I do say, though, this. The Steelers could benefit from trading George Pickens, guys, and draft some other guys in the wide receiver room. You could probably get a bag of picks for George and really bolster some of your roster. It might be an option. And George at times checks out. And when you have a player like that, you got to think about a possible trade. George is a monster. When he's on, he's on. He's the best, man. He's great. He's fantastic. But when he's off, he is fucking off. Froggy Insider, just like that. We did that. Lynn, does Justin Fields stay a Steeler? No. Mike. Caleb Williams gets rode hard and put away wet all season long. Cole Reed, Raiders. Challenger 22. Franco was the best big game running back in history, but never gets credit. He was a good one, man. He was a good one. I wish he would have never went to Seattle to finish his career. That saddened me. Matt Burton, bump roll. Mr. Steeler fan, the next best Steelers quarterback will be Archie Manning in 2026. I'd love to see a Manning get suited up for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I think the Mannings would love the Steelers to get Arch. I don't see it ever happening. Guys, the Steelers aren't never bad enough to pick up in the top part of the draft. So to ever get a big-name quarterback, it's just few and far between. And when they have, it's been twice in the franchise's history to draft two guys at the top of the draft. And Ben Roethlisberger wasn't even a top 5 pick. So Terry Bradshaw was the only quarterback that really, succeeded with the Steelers in that way. Ben was what, 11? The Bengals do deserve to be in the playoffs, but their defense is horrible. Robert Road, Bradshaw held national high school javelin distance record for damn near 40 years. He had one of the strongest arms in NFL history, probably top 3 or 5. Yeah, I remember him talking about that javelin record in an interview. He said, though, when he did that, when he threw that record, he was like jacking around and like literally just went up there, whipped it, and walked away and got that record. I remember him talking about it in an interview. Mike and Mike, 70s and 80s football was bloody gladiator fight amongst men. Absolutely. Cole, you don't have to put Raiders more than once inside of the chat, man. We get it the first time when I read your comment, so you don't got to put it in there 10 times. It's annoying. Lynn, hell yeah, really hard to compare football as a whole. Totally different. Absolutely Challenger. No, they don't. Matt Burton, I hate the Ravens. Guys, don't. It's okay. Don't argue. Love each other. Give a hug for 2024. It's okay to be wrong, and it's okay. It's all right. Matt Burton, I hate the Ravens. Hate's a strong word, Matt. Really dislike Lamar Jackson from Lynn, Challenger 22. Steelers need to look at Minka and his contract. He's not worth the money anymore. Yeah, when we were talking about Challenger, Cam Sutton being that guy that they were talking about, not being, on the same page and being that guy that was possibly causing the issues. But you know what? Maybe Minka was involved in that too because, guys, he rolled out of the locker room, wouldn't answer questions. You have guys like Deshaun Elliott and Patrick Queen that are new to the Steelers team this year. They're standing up in front of the media, having to be accountable, and guys that have been around this franchise for a while that are supposed to be the big-time leaders of this team, walking out of the locker room without answering questions, and one being Najee Harris, two being Minka Fitzpatrick. And I don't find that to be a good sign. Feel the steel. Where the fuck you been? Feel the steel. Cheers, mic drop. You know what? Fields went 4-0. I say put freaking Fields in. He did not go 4-0. He went 4-2. But yes, Feel the Steel. Welcome back. We ain't seen you in a while, Feel the Steel. Make sure you hit the shit out of that like button, bro. We need your like. Double tap that screen or hit that drop down box. There's 3 little white dots or hit the double tap. I'm waiting for it, Feel the Steel. I'm waiting for you to hit it, man. Inger, man, I wish I could see another AJ Green and Jalen Ramsey fight, man. They were lit. Sean, great show today. Jason, thanks for that. Wishing you and all Mike Drop Sports a very happy new year. Be safe and take care. See y'all next year. Yes, thank you, Sean. Merry happy new year to you, my friend. And we will see you for sure this weekend, Robert Road. I am rooting for the new Browns to beat the old Browns this week. Yeah, that is true. Old Browns versus new Browns. Mike Hunt. Sutton and Minka have been off for a while. Bishop was making noise and they took him out. Absolutely. Border Guy New York / PA Bills and Steelers fan. Inger or Terrell Owens and Jalen Ramsey fights, man. They were so good. Phantom says, and Fitzpatrick is supposed to be a captain on our defense and holds no accountability. Wave that terrible towel from his Pittsburgh. Absolutely. I am caught up in the chat. I love it. Is it just me, or is the kickers this season washed or just not doing well? Boswell seems like the only one still kicking bullseyes. Boz is money, baby. And I love it when it's Christmas time, and I sing it even when it's not. Here comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus. Right down Santa Claus Lane. I love it, man. Mr. Steeler fan, if not Archie Manning Jr., then how about Drew Alar in 2026? PSU could win national championship on his back. You never know, man. You never know. Again, I don't talk about the draft and stuff until after the season, but I will after the season. I just am not into it right now, guys. Again, it kind of brings me down. I always say that because I'm just worried about now. I don't want the season to end, and I want to live in this moment. I do. Score prediction, Baltimore versus Cleveland. Baltimore 34, Cleveland 0. Krista Dobson, I'm a Bears fan. I miss Justin Fields. TD, Happy New Year to all you. Go Steelers. Inger, guys, let's hit the like button and do something special tonight. Absolutely, man. We are at 57 likes. I'd like to hit 100, but I will settle for 60 because we've been going 71 minutes. But the other night, our show did, I believe, hit 100, but it was after the fact, after people had watched it. And, guys, I do you a solid. I'm a monetized channel, and I don't hit the monetization on every time I come on here for these live shows. So you're not probably seeing the ads that you would be seeing if I had the monetization on right now. I just have it for gifts available. You could send rubies or you could send super chats and hit the likes. But I tried to leave that monetization tab unchecked until after the show. Then I'll go on and click it because I want to give you guys your best viewing experience each and every day. Browns have no chance. Great show like always. Happy New Year from Miss Pittsburgh. Happy New Year to you too. Guys, let me get 2 more likes from you. 2 more likes. Double tap that screen. Hit that like button. We appreciate it before we jump off here. Again, it's free. It's easy. All you got to do is hit that 3 little white dots or double tap the screen to get to 58 likes right now, but we need 60. Let's try to get there. Zal Curry, Happy New Year. Cool channel. I love the Steelers. The O-line needs some work. I heard Troy Fautanu will be back, but we need more strength up front. He'll be back next year, Zal. But yeah, definitely a team on the rise, in my opinion. And appreciate you saying the channel was cool. Truly appreciate that. Inger, I'm going to try to send a super chat in a few. Thanks, Inger. I appreciate that, man. You don't have to, but I truly appreciate it. Robert Road, I like Klubnik, the QB at Clemson, who is staying in college one more year. I also heard the Texas Longhorn quarterback had some like a $6 million offer to get in the transfer portal next year. He might take that. Lynn grew up on Swan, Bradshaw, Mean Joe, Lindsay C. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, my dear. Tyler, what's up, man? Happy New Year to you. Life is good. Hope it's well over your way, Tyler. Happy New Year to you, my friend. Again, wave those terrible towels from Miss Pittsburgh. And guys, I need 2 more likes. Let's get to 60 here before we jump off the live stream. All you got to do is double tap that screen and give us the like here while the live stream's going on. Don't wait until you leave. Hit it here while you're on the live stream. We truly appreciate that. Sleeping Lady, since the Ravens plays first, if they win, do we sit people? Good question. I don't think so because, again, Sleeping Lady, I keep talking about this momentum thing. I keep trying to say and emphasize how important that's going to be. And this momentum thing has to be handled by the Steelers. They have to gain that momentum before they enter the playoffs. And I think no matter what it takes, you have to do that. And maybe sitting people would be the wrong move. Yeah, he said that now, Challenger. That's what he did say, no doubt about it. And that's another reason I don't think they will, but I don't believe anything Tomlin really says. Sadly. Because here's the thing. What does Tomlin do all the time that makes you think that he's a bold-faced liar? What? What does he say, guys? To be quite honest with you. That's what he always says, and I quote, to be quite honest with you. He says that after everything that he is lying about. To be quite honest with you. He says it constantly, and psychology tells us that that is a real sign, a real true sign of a bold-faced fucking liar. The like button doesn't bite, fellas. Absolutely, it doesn't bite. Yes, we're at 61. Thank you. Let's keep going. Bobby Tipton, how do you honestly feel about Russ? I feel like Russ has been an excellent addition to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Russ is about 15th on the list of issues for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I know people want to put him up there as one of the top 1 or 2, but I'm not sure we're watching the same team. That's just my opinion. Again, I could be wrong too. But I like the way Russell Wilson has come in, and I think he's going to show why he was an excellent acquisition this offseason. I think he's going to show in the playoffs why a veteran quarterback matters that's been there, done that, got the T-shirt. I think he's going to show you why that matters and get the Steelers out of this drought of not having a playoff win. All right, guys, we'll go. Let me make sure the chat here. Only rest if injuries. We don't live in our fears. Yeah, no shit. We don't live in our fears. Yes, Ewers isn't anywhere near as good as Klablunik. I can't pronounce his name. Maybe next year he will be there late in the first round. Yeah, I don't know enough about him, Robert. I really don't, guys. I don't watch college football at all. I don't. Do you think the refs are getting too deep into the games, or is it a conspiracy? No, they're horrible. The NFL should be absolutely ashamed of the product they put out there. They dictate games. They control outcomes of games. It's absolutely horrible. And the NFL should be so ashamed of itself to have such a good product, but yet put referees out there each and every week that are so subpar, so bad. And then you got people that are out there refereeing that have never even played the game of football ever in their entire life, but they're out there refereeing the game. It just makes no sense to me. Inger, man, Russell Wilson just wasn't the same after he got traded from the Seahawks. It kind of seems like he's coming back, though. But I don't know. Guys, look at his statistics. They're not that bad. And actually, he did way better than people give him credit for in Denver. And he's done well in Pittsburgh. In the first 4 games that he played, he already had more touchdowns than Kenny Kittmans. Something like that. I don't know if that to be true, but it was close to that. Lynn, what are the future expectations of the QB going forward? Russ, and find one in the draft or find one in free agency, something, but it's Russ in my eyes. Sleeping Lady, play Beanie Bishop and Trice and others who need reps. If Ravens win, I kind of don't care either way. Sit starters or not, Ravens in the playoffs. Guys, you're not taking into account what's going to happen here, guys. This is something you're not all looking at either. The Steelers are still playing for seeding, and you don't want to get screwed and be the fucking 7th seed. You know what I mean? I don't think they. I'm not sure if they can be, but they don't want to drop down. They want to be the 5 or the 3. So, however that works, you know what I mean? Yeah, they do, Challenger. They do control the narrative. Shit has sure worked out for them for NFL Hard Knocks, boy. That's what I was thinking about. I didn't know if I was crazy. I thought the refs were up to no good. Yeah, they're horrible. If players are able to be fine, so should the refs. Absolutely, Lynn. Happy New Year's, Craig Werlow. Good to see you, man. Mainly the Chiefs from Challenger Steelers fan 9. What's the most underrated Steeler of all time? In your opinion, mine is Aaron Smith. Not a whole lot known about him, but he was really good on the D-line. I like that answer. Aaron Smith's definitely a top underrated player for the Steelers. Robert Road, I'm a fan of a few college teams, but I do watch a lot and see players that I hope become Steelers in the future. Go Ohio State Buckeyes, we ask. That's from Messiah Rogers. All right, guys, we got over 60 likes. We've been going for about 80 minutes. I'm done. My voice hurts, but man, we went out with a bang for the last live stream in 2024. I'm sure we are well over the view mark that I had set. So definitely, I'm sure we're a few thousand views. I would almost bet on that. We've been cranking all night long. So thank you guys so very much, and a happy and healthy and very jolly new year. Guys that are out there drinking tonight, do not drink and drive. Besides hurting yourself, you could kill somebody that's innocent out there and have to live with that for the rest of your life. And that is a very big thing, man. Don't do it to somebody. Don't take away somebody's loved one from your own selfish bullshit. Don't do that. So make sure you call an Uber. It's easy. Or call a friend or loved one so they can come and get you, and you don't drive out there tonight on amateur drinking night. So, guys, until tomorrow, I'm Jason. This is Mike Drop Sports again. Happy New Year. And we'll see you all in 2025 for one hell of a ride for the Pittsburgh Steelers. See you guys. Peace. Bye.